menu. The Cedars features Mediterranean, pub food, Middle Eastern cuisine, and so much more. They're open every day 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Call The Cedars on the east side at 827 Addis Street, Newcastle. 724-658-9543. That's 724-658-9543.
Hello and welcome to Lindy's Lunch. Yes, whether it's their great breakfast or just like it says lunch, it's great anytime. Try their breakfast and you'll be satisfied. A pierogi cheeseburger, an Italian Joe, and smothered hoagies, all. And don't forget the French fries with chili. Yes, it's Lindy's Lunch. For the best, stop by. Give us a call.
Rally, sons of Notre Dame, sing the glory and
Hello and welcome to the Cedar Sports Corner Report. Let's take a look at around the sports world on your Saturday. For your NCAA men's matchups, number 8 Xavier will host Georgetown at noon on Fox Sports 1. Duke will host number 17 Miami at noon on ESPN. Number 18 Charleston goes to Northeastern. And number 25 Arkansas hosts Ole Miss at noon on ESPN2. For your 1 o'clock game, number 14 TCU goes to number 2 Kansas, who's coming off a loss to Kansas State, at 1 o'clock on CBS. Number 11 Arizona will host number 5 UCLA at 2 o'clock on ABC. Number 10 Virginia goes to Wake Forest at 2 o'clock on ESPNU. Number 12 Iowa State goes to Oklahoma State at 2 o'clock on the Big 12 Network. Number 13 Kansas State, coming off that win against Kansas, will host Texas Tech at 2 o'clock on ESPN2. And number 22 Providence will host DePaul at 2 o'clock on Fox Sports 1. For a local game for you, Boston College goes to Notre Dame at 2 o'clock on the ACC Network. Duquesne hosts Fordham at 2 o'clock on ESPN+. For your other ranked and local games, Pittsburgh will host Florida State at 3 o'clock on the ACC Network. Pitt looks to move up in the ACC standings. Number 16 Auburn goes to South Carolina at 3:30 on the SEC Network. Number 9 Tennessee goes to LSU at 4 o'clock on ESPN. Number 20 Marquette goes to Seton Hall at 4 o'clock on the CBS Sports Network. Number 21 Baylor goes to Oklahoma at 4 o'clock on ESPN2. For your other ranked and local games, at 6 o'clock, Clemson will host Virginia Tech on ESPN2. Number 7 Texas goes to West Virginia at 6 o'clock on ESPN. And number 4 Alabama goes to Missouri at 6 o'clock on the SEC Network. Youngstown State will go to Milwaukee at 7 o'clock on ESPN+. As for your other ranked and local games, we got two more for you. Actually, newly ranked Florida Atlantic goes to UTEP at 9 o'clock on ESPN+. And number 6 Gonzaga goes to Pacific at 10 o'clock. That's all we got for you for your NCAA men's matchups. Loaded schedule. Make sure you go over to the Cedars. Enjoy all those great games. For your NHL slate, 12:30 Buffalo will host Anaheim. 3 o'clock Tampa Bay goes to Calgary. 6 o'clock Minnesota goes to Florida. 7 o'clock games, San Jose goes to Columbus. Philadelphia goes to Detroit. Toronto goes to Montreal. And Ottawa will host Winnipeg. For your 7:30 game, the New York Islanders will host the Carolina Hurricanes. 8 o'clock, Dallas will host Arizona. The Kings go to Nashville to take on the Preds. And Chicago goes to St. Louis to take on the Blues. 10 o'clock games, Seattle will host the defending champion Avalanche. Vancouver will host Edmonton. And Vegas will host Washington. All these games can be found on NHL Powerplay or ESPN+. However, the 12:30 Anaheim-Buffalo game can be found on the NHL Network. And the 7 o'clock Toronto-Montreal game can also be found on the NHL Network. For your other games around the sports world, we're going to the NBA. Toronto will host Boston at 5 o'clock. Washington will host Orlando at 7. 7:30 games, Charlotte goes to Atlanta, and Cleveland will host Milwaukee. 8 o'clock, Minnesota hosts Houston. 9 o'clock, Indiana goes to Phoenix. And for your 10 o'clock game, Philadelphia goes to Sacramento to take on the Kings. Now that is all we got for you. Why don't you head over to the Cedars, catch all these great games before we go through. We're going to take a time out.
Allie's Upper Crust at 1700 Highland Avenue has a full menu: pizza, roll-ups, salad, soup, sandwiches, strombolis, dinners. They are just great for dine-in or take-out. Don't forget to give them a call at 724-652-7553. It's Allie's Upper Crust. This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535.
Los Amigos! Ladies and gentlemen, if you need a good bite to eat, make sure to check out Los Amigos. They got you covered with things such as tacos, burritos, molcajete, and don't forget the great chips and salsa they put out for you when you get there. Make sure to check out Los Amigos on West State Street, Newcastle, PA 16101. It's Los Amigos. Los Amigos, Los Amigos, Los Amigos!